1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello. Don't be adjusting your TV sets. There's nothing wrong. There is just some new voices here on the Mudblood podcast.
There's plenty of things wrong with us, but there's nothing wrong with your podcast. This is a hostile takeover, right?
Yeah.
Currently, a coup de grace.
Coup de grace.
A coup de up the grass.
Coup de up the grass.
Coup de up the grass.
So Paddy and William are away this week.
Tell the truth where William is. William is currently at your local filling station, filling up a jerry can full of red diesel to put on his bonfire.
I haven't heard from him from last Monday.
Have you not?
No, I have, but I'm exaggerating.
Yeah. No, I would believe that. That's why I actually went. Have you not? Because it seems legit. I believe.
So William is off to a wedding and...
Tell the truth. It's the 11th night.
Yeah, we're recording this on the 11th night. Willie's getting fucked.
He's currently sniffing a line of coke off some 85-year-old's tit in the middle of Tate's Avenue.
And it's only 20 to 11.
Yeah.
And Patrick's away in Gran Canaria or Tenerife or Portugal.
According to Sean, Patrick could be anywhere.
Everybody keeps asking me, where's Paddy away to? And I've said everywhere but the place he's actually been in.
Yeah.
Which is Lanzarote.
He told me this morning, well, he told me whenever I get in here, I said, where's Paddy? And he said very confidently, he's in Tenerife. And then we just spoke to Paddy and I went, Paddy, how is it? Where are you? And he went, Lanzarote. So, yeah.
Andrew Ryan was like, I saw Paddy stories away too. And I was going, I think he's in Ibiza or something.
So he's been everywhere?
he's been everywhere.
Yeah.
But what's actually happening is we're masking where he is.
Yeah.
Just so he doesn't get swarmed.
Media blackout. We're going to have a wee yarn with Paddy, the man himself, the tiger.
He zooms in.
Then he's
right from wherever the fuck it is that he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully you enjoy this podcast. Of course, Brona is one of our favourite guests on the podcast.
I don't know about favourite, but is there stuck with me? I do love the Mudblood podcast because it was the first podcast I ever went on.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. It plucked my cherry, the Mudblood podcast. And now you get fucking sick of looking at me on all the podcasts. But yes, I absolutely do love it. You're the best wee crowd. Hiya to everybody that I've talked to who watches it too.
Hiya to all my past mates.
Hiya to all my past mates over in Shankill.
Have a good 12.
Enjoy yourselves. We're gonna get black egg.
Bruno's the host of the Word Up podcast.
Yes.
And you can catch it over on her channel, the Word Up podcast with Brona Diamond.
With Brona Diamond and the various guests, but also our regular guest, David Doherty Jeb, who is a fucking gag, and Sean himself. Mm-hmm. We have a Patreon, and that is where you pay £1 to the Patreon and you get to see us talking absolute bollocks and being mental. Also, we'd like to say about our podcast that say if you can follow our podcast from start to finish, you probably could get a diagnosis straight away for ADHD.
And you're probably a smart cunt too.
Maybe. Bit of a smart cunt.
Aye.
Yeah. You will be after you watch it.
Yeah. Before we get into the chat with Paddy, we have to let you know that we have some sponsors for this week's episode.
We do indeed.
We are sponsored by Manscaped. Mm-hmm. Brona, are you familiar with Manscaped?
I am familiar with Manscaped. I'll tell you why. If you're a man who uses Manscaped, your odds of actually receiving sexual favours from your partner skyrocket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Manscaped should actually sponsor me because I'm a big advocate for men looking after themselves down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it shouldn't just be women that have I call it the fanny tax. Because whenever you have a fanny, you naturally have to spend more money on maintaining it. And men, I believe in equality. They should have to do that too.
No, if you're paying some cunt for maintenance for a shared space out in your estate,
yeah,
why not look after your own estate?
Look after your own estate if it's in a state. And can I just say that if you do Manscaped down there and you defluff yourself, you get an extra inch.
There you go.
Extra
inch.
Extra fucking inch.
For just the price of a Manscaped package, you get an extra inch. See all those ads that come up and they say and be like penis enlargements?
Mm-hmm. That's it. If
true to life.
It'll no longer look like a midget's thumb in a bush. It might look like, a child's thumb in a barren desert. But there you go.
There you go. So you can get your Manscaped kit with the new Lawnmower 5.0. I think they're up to now. It's an amazing product and I keep improving it each time.
Yeah.
And you
Lawnmower 5.0 kind of sounds like a horror movie, doesn't it?
It does. It's the fifth. They've taken the piss out of the Lawnmower series now.
Yeah, the Lawnmowers. Yeah.
There's only so many times you can watch them lawnmowers over somebody's face.
Yeah. Running over a dog.
That's actually giving me a bit of PTSD. What do you call it? Film Sinister? Somebody can help me out in the comments. There is a horror film where it's like they find all these tapes in an attic, and when they play the tapes, it's all of like different kids killing their own families, and then in one of them, like the child runs a lawnmower over the top of their parents' faces.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to watch that now.
Lawnmower 5.0. You also get the ball deodorant, the ball toner. I think I went to school with ball toner.
I think I know him. I think you got a 50 bag off him.
And you get a wee bag for all the stuff to put in for looking after
your bag.
A bag for your bag.
All day long.
For your mansticles.
Ball toner. I think you might need that because you're meant to get saggy, aren't you, whenever you get older?
Yes.
Like your balls end up around your knees.
Yeah.
So what does that do? Does that help them like...
Keeps them all nice and firm. It keeps them from...
Stops them sticking to your leg.
In this nice warm weather, you need that ball toner to firm up and sure up the ship. So get your Manscaped kit now and get 20% off by using the code Mudblood.
20% off's not bad.
Here, 20% off's a good deal.
It's pretty good.
We're also sponsored by our main sponsor, Hinch Distillery. So if you're looking a wee nice whiskey to enjoy the nice weather with, get on the Hinch.
I can tell you full on that Hinch whiskey is awesome because although I do not drink, because I am a lover of drink, I enjoyed way too much drink at one stage in my life, and that is why now I can no longer have it. I can't have nice things. But I gifted a bottle of Hinch whiskey to my dad at Christmas, and he told me that not only was it delicious, I couldn't make out what the rest of the text said because it was all just random letters.
There you go.
Yeah,
proof's in the pudding.
Done the job. Yeah.
So, thanks so much, folks, and enjoy the rest of the episode.
Do you know what I did? Genuinely.
What?
I parked on. As you're going up the Glen Road, and there's a shop right at the top of the Suffolk.
Yeah.
So I pulled in and parked on double yellow lines just to run in because I was only getting myself a tin of Monster and a couple of vitamin drinks.
Not bar. You're not getting...
I wasn't parking to go and have a party. So I ran in. Everybody does it. It wasn't just me. So I ran in and I got my stuff, and whenever I came out again, I saw a big lorry behind me, and like I panicked thinking that if I open this door and the lorry is going to like take me out, and I near knocked myself out with my own door, like proper, it's going to hurt in the morning. And whenever I get into the car, I was sitting like this, and I was thinking, bet you he's laughing his bollocks off all the way up the road going, fucking idiot. You know what I mean? How do you hit? I have hurt myself with my car doors so many times.
Like, I often smack myself in the head with a mic when I'm playing.
Do you?
No, like if I'm like if I bend down to like I'm like listening to the monitor or something.
You stand up.
I come up and simultaneously, like try and flick my hair out of my eyes, and I go like and like smack
headbutt the mic,
and I look about the whole like crowd to see if anybody has catch on, and you see one person like
like your granny at the party. I saw you taking that shit. Just do be careful now. I didn't miss that myself. You should just be like, now you know how Kim Kardashian felt whenever she was getting hit about the face by Ray J's dick. You know what I mean? Like just smack every time I get hit up the face. And stuff. And I guess that's how she felt. Oh, is this Paddy coming on?
I think so.
Right, here we go.
We have a caller.
We have a caller.
Yes, I can hear you now. Yep.
Hey, look at him, baller. Looking well, kid.
I'm not feeling it. I have to keep my glasses off. I'm tired looking.
Were you on the jungle juice last night?
No, I haven't been drinking. To be honest with you, I've had maybe two, 3 drinks, like just the maximum the whole time.
What is it, hay fever?
No, it's looking after kids, I think.
Aye.
Hold on, let me jump over onto
The phone. Dead on. Come back this.
Come back. Baby, come back.
the...
Yep.
What's happening?
Okay.
You flaxing there? It looks really nice. Is that the sea behind you?
That's the sea. Yep.
Happy days.
Lovely jubbly.
Have you been down there with the kids, like?
No, I'm at the beach once, to be honest with you.
Typical.
the thing, the pool's too nice to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
The beach gets too much sand, places you don't want it to be.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
I know the beach is overrated. For fuck's sake, you end up with
It is
sand up
over-
your cooch.
It is. It's not nice.
Yeah.
It's definitely not nice.
Yeah, you and Andrea can take a wee walk on the beach later on. Actually, I think ever since certain things McCann's did, you can't leave the kids alone in the apartments. It's not
You
recommended.
can't. It just doesn't happen.
Doesn't it?
It's a lie to say that happens. It's a lie.
Yeah. Is it good? Have you got good entertainment and all at night time?
Yeah, no, the entertainment and all is great, to be honest with you. See, the kids club, they do a disco every night, and then there's like live entertainment, so it's been pretty good that way.
Do
We
you
went
never
till
feel-
Texas Rancho, you call it. It was a country and western night, but I was told there was going to be like cowboys on horses and all, but there wasn't. It was just a fucking hoedown inside.
Sure, you could get that in Beckett's if you want to hold down.
Exactly. It was like any bar. It was like any bar in the West.
Yeah.
The only thing different was I rode a bull. I rode a bull, like a mechanical one.
Right. Right.
Was that the video? Like, but that was the only thing I
Brilliant.
done that was a wee bit different.
How long
know
did
what
you
I mean?
stay on for? Was it like meeting a fat bitch at the arena?
I stayed on as long as I probably stayed in any other bull before, about 40 seconds.
Right, okay. That's a bit longer maybe than your average time.
So they call me Double Down McDonald, do you know what I mean?
Double down. Why do they call you that?
I don't know.
Because you go twice. Hold on a wee second
Need to
here.
ask me. Need to ask the bulls that.
So here, you've been enjoying yourself anyway. But what about
No.
one of them is back here in the house? Have you heard reports of parties or anything?
Yeah,
Have you?
for sure.
Good boy.
He's not doing anything that I wouldn't have done myself. Do you know what I mean?
Fair play. Would you be disappointed if he just stayed at home and read a book and you just came home and the place was spotless?
No.
Do you know how you know he's got a girlfriend? See if the place is clean when you come home. You know he's took on a wee filly to clean the place up after the party. That sounds very sexist. But that's usually, it was always, being fucking still hungover and trying to clean somebody's house before their man came home.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the cat in the hat.
Yeah, put it back in the hat. Are you, are the kids doing your head in yet? Do you feel like leaving them behind or what?
Sometimes, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you have kids, you have to just deal with it, don't you? It's one of them ones where you
Yeah.
made them, you have to look after them.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
Oh,
That's it.
That's it. We're bringing ours to Butlins. Yay.
Are you? What one are you going to?
We're going to the one in this. I keep telling everybody the south of England because it sounds better than saying Bognor Regis. But I put my foot down at Skegness because I went, no, just not Scotland because it'll be fucking freezing.
Skegness isn't Scotland.
It is it not?
It's not.
What do you mean? Why where's Skegness?
Skegness. It's about 40 minutes up from Norwich, down the bottom end of England.
No, it's not.
I actually worked in the Butlins camp in Skegness. And when I was told, because I was working in London and I was told our next job we were going to Skegness, I thought we were going to Scotland.
Aye.
And then I had to ring Andrea back and go, here, by the way, I'm still in England. I'm just further away. Actually, just further away because when I was working in London, you could get the express train to the airport. Whereas when I worked in Skegness, it was a 3.5 hour drive till the airport. Stansted.
Shit.
So I don't know where Bognor Regis one is, but Skegness is like Port Rush.
Is
that
it?
size.
Yeah. The Bognor Regis one is south of England. I've no idea because I'm not driving it. We're getting on the boat. I'm actually going away this weekend to London to party. And then when we come home on the Sunday, Kurt's going to be Dan. And we have to get the kids and throw them in the car and drive onto the boat as soon as we get home from the airport. So I'm just going to have to look after them while he lies hungover because he needs to drive from Liverpool to wherever the fuck Bognor Regis is. But
you know what? We went to Nicky and then had to fly out on Sunday morning.
Oh, that's right. You were partying. You were...
So, but it wasn't... I didn't party. I didn't party. Do you know what I mean?
Did you
Nicky was sending messages going, you coming to the after party and all? I'm like, I have to be in the airport in the morning. And he's like, I do that every weekend. I'm like, no, it's not happening. Definitely not.
Does Nicky have kids?
No.
That's why.
Not that I know of, anyway.
Not that
Single
he knows
man.
of.
Flies his kid every weekend. So he does.
He just has a kid every weekend. Never mind. Fuck Nicky.
What a kite he flies every weekend. It's in a different place. He was in Taiwan and there was an earthquake while his show was on and nobody knew.
Seriously?
Nobody knew. It was a 5.7 Richter scale, which was enough to make but they were all bouncing about and dancing that much that they didn't even know an earthquake was happening.
Thought it was them. They thought we're fucking just really turning.
They were like, fuck these are mad.
No, I feel like the tectonic plates are shifting under my fucking feet.
Can you feel the bass?
I tell you what, that's such a brag. I'd love to be at a rave during an earthquake. All day long.
I won.
No.
I predict an earthquake up in here.
Yeah. Hey, if you didn't play that, he's missing out. Like, seriously. How long have you got left there, Paddy?
Sunday. Back in Sunday, so it was 2 weeks.
Oh, it was 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
I think 2 weeks is too long. But then...
Do you know what? It's flew in. We normally do 8 or 9 nights and then we should always do a wee bit longer. So this year I just went, we'll just go for the 2 weeks just for a crack. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But stayed on. I get sunstroke the first day and then
naturally.
I had a cold. Then I had a cold working on me and I got a real bad fever for about 4 or 5 days.
Shit.
And then I've got a bit of gout in my feet. So
for fuck's sake. You're sicker than a bust of Lourdes, for fuck's sake. Are you even Irish?
Maggigore's the next holiday's Maggigory, I swear to God.
Getting on a holy bus.
do the fag run, the Maggigory.
Are you even Irish if you don't get sunstroke on the first day of your holiday, though?
I know.
Do you know what I mean? You're like, fuck, it's the sun. Burnt to a cinder.
every fucking year, no matter what I do, every year, my feet are fucking peeling now. They're like 2 peelers from fucking Woodburn Barracks.
Tell me this, did you go all inclusive?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you own the place?
No, well, you know what everybody's saying that about the jokes and all. I didn't want to do the wee voiceover one that everybody's saying, but not really. It's time because it used to be when I drank and all really loads.
Yeah,
I did. It was like I was living in solo hotels. You know what I mean? People were laughing. I remember going to Rhodes. It was our first holiday ever away. Me and Andrea on our own. And she likes sunbathing. I'd obviously don't for main reasons being fucking ginger. And then I was standing at the bar, must have had about 6 or 7 pints. And the fellas that run the entertainment and all the sports and stuff in the hotel were having a football match. And they went, we need one more player. And I was like, me. And they were like, no, you've been drinking all day. And I went, no, listen, I'd be all right.
I'd be better with a drink in me.
I got the ball. I done a run up the pitch and scored a goal. And they all looked at each other and they went, he is George Best. He is George Best.
I'll go.
It's true. People from Belfast need to be drunk to play football. He's really good.
Keep that man away from his wife.
Watch your liver. He might take it on you. He had 2 livers, right enough. Fucking gay.
They named the airport after me in Road.
The Paddy McDonnell.
The Paddy McDonnell Airport.
Dagger International.
Oh, Dagger International.
How do you feel after the boxing? Now that you've had time to think about it.
Do you know what? I was raging because I put so much into it and I wanted so much out of it. And then my hamstring went the week before the fight, and I had to stop a couple of spars because I couldn't fight off my lead foot. And the first round went perfect for me, and then bang, right at the end of the round. And it wasn't even when I was punching, it was when I was actually walking away. The hamstring pulled.
Oh.
And it took me a round to sort of come back into it. And Mickey punched ahead of me in the second round because I didn't know what way I could stand, but I didn't want to give up. And then by the third round, I realised I could box off the back foot and just punch him. So I sort of felt like I'd done really well. I felt like
you did.
I've been sent messages from the judges, and every one of them said if it was done on a point scoring thing, I'd have won by a landslide because I punched him more than he punched me, maybe 4 or 5 times the amount.
Well,
But I think a draw, I felt, was a fair enough result. But I've seen, like, Mickey was like all over me for a couple of days after with text messages, obviously drunk. You know, we do this, we do that, and I feel so close to you, bro, and all this. And then done a podcast with Connor Keys, and the two of them bitch slapping and slabbering about me and saying that Mickey's like the Northern back, he get robbed and all that. And I'm like, fuck, like,
really?
do you know what I mean? If you're doing-
I was sitting watching. I was on the. Obviously, this is before I fucking got punched in the head, so I can say this with surety. When I was sitting next to Shane Todd, watching you and Mickey's fight. You did brilliant, by the way. Fucking proud of you. I was cheering for you. Gotta get the Westie on side. But before it was called, before the judges actually gave their conclusion, Shane turned to me and went, "That's gone to Paddy. Paddy's got it." So whenever they said draw, everybody was like, "Oh, right. Do you know what I mean? Like, we genuinely thought that you had won the match, like, in points. But
Yeah.
draw, fair enough. Like, but I think you should be really fucking proud of yourself. Really.
Yeah, no.
Like, you
I've
did.
an
It
I've
looked
an
like a
hard thing.
proper boxing match,
Yeah,
didn't
it did. It was
Yeah.
it was great crack as well.
Mm-hmm.
At the
I
end,
think after last year, me and Big Ronan and the shit that we got, and the two of us went, well, we're going to go out and prove a point. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's why I went out and boxed the way I did and trained the way I did for that fight. And then Ronan, obviously, you've seen his fight.
Yeah.
You know how good he was.
Did you
And I think
fight?
it was
Hold
sort
on
of-
a minute, but I didn't obviously take anything to do with the boxing last year. Did you fight Ronan Boyle last year?
Yeah.
How did that go?
it was a draw.
Well, it was a draw.
It was a draw.
It was a draw. Yeah. So,
Ah, come
But
on, that's
everybody-
fucking. I mean, to go toe to toe with Ronan Boyle and it to be a draw. This man is a professional fighter. Was a
I
professional
tell you,
fighter.
they put me in with Ronan last year. I didn't get a choice. It was just like, you're fighting him because nobody else would fight him, but nobody wanted to fight me.
Right.
And me and Ronan went in, but me and Ronan both said to each other, I says, look, how serious are you taking it? He was like, we'll get in and just spar each other, you know, we'll just get in and make it look good.
Yeah.
And the two of us didn't train. So we were out of puff last year.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
But like he can hit. Like last year, I was hurt more last year than I was this year by Mickey. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
Ronan would punch you in the next week, like.
And Roland hit me 3 last year, and my head was sore for a week, and that wasn't a joke. Like, it was ringing, you know.
Yeah.
And then he was out of puff too. So I think the two of us wanted to make up for it this year. Do you know what I mean? Where people were like, that was a bit of a damn squib, you know. And we done well.
Yeah.
But what Roland hit me last year, 3 punches, 3 of his punches last year, I couldn't lift my head for a week. It was that
Oh
sore.
my God.
Do you know what I mean?
It was like a
Whereas
hangover.
this year with Mickey hit me twice that really made me go, whoa, wee bit wobbly.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, anything else he hit me with, it wasn't sore. Like, do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Aye. You've got that. Last week we put the questions up, and a few people didn't realize you weren't here, so they ask you a few questions about the boxing. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah, go ahead.
So let's see. Dono Mick said, "Congrats, Paddy, on the fight last night." This is last week, obviously.
Yeah.
He says, "If it's on again next year, would you want to rematch Mickey or Ronan again, or fight somebody else?" They said Ronan looks scary good in his fight.
Yeah, no, do you know what? Ronan in his prime, that's what I said. I says that would have been a tough fight. But me and Ronan spoke about it, and there may be a possibility the two of us will fight next year, but I don't know.
That would be
I don't
one
know.
to
I
watch.
think Ronan's done. I think he says he's done, but if it needs be, and nobody else wants to fight any of the two of us, yes. If Mickey wants to fight again, I'll fight him too. There's no issue with that.
You need a rematch. You do need a rematch. I'm calling it now.
But Mickey, the only thing I'd say to him, like, if I have to get in and get Mickey next time, it won't go. I'm telling you now, I'm not letting it go past the second round.
Ooh.
And that's me calling it. I didn't want it to go past the first round this year. But definitely, if I fight him again, I'm not letting it go past the second round.
You heard it here first, folks.
And how do you feel? How do you feel about the next fight? Here.
Do you know what? See, because I've took 2 weeks off, I feel like shit. My feet are sore, and I haven't trained, and I'm sitting going, I'm not in any shape. I have 4 weeks when I get back, but I'll just get straight back into it Monday and just full on get ready for the next fight. And the next fight I don't know because I've never seen the Bear fighting before. So
who are you fighting?
The Bear.
The Bear.
Who's that?
No, in the big blue house.
No. Him? Sure. So, you just tickle him. What's this for? Is this for charity as well?
No.
What, you just meeting him outside Caffrey's for the crack? You fucking...
It's just a ticket match over in Goodwood.
Yeah.
There was a fight called by Andy Malone against Chris Suter. So it's sort of like influencers and people off the internet and actors and stuff like that are fighting in this one.
Right, okay.
But it's not for charity or anything. It's stick out in their pocket.
Oh yes, that's the one that Shane sent into the group chat the other day.
Yeah,
if anybody wants to do it. And I did the Homer Simpson meme where he just goes into the bush. I was like, I ain't fucking doing no more.
How do you feel after the boxing?
Dead on. I learned a lesson that boxing actually is hard. It's very technical.
Do you know what? I was really worried about you, Brona, and I didn't want to pressurize you. But see, when you weren't training, I was like, this is only going to go one way. Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, I kind of knew that anyway.
But I know, but I think a lot of people think you go in there and it's just, and do you know what? It was like Andre said to me, that was such unfair because it was so obvious that fucking Diona had trained, and then on top of that, she was fucking double your size. Do you know what I mean? So it was really an unfair match. It was.
Yeah.
And should never have been allowed.
I know. But Paddy Barnes said that. He was like, whenever I was going into the ring, he was like, I don't think you should be doing this. And I was like, it'll be fine.
I just love, there's like the one like bit where the referee like fixes your head guard. It goes, yeah, all right, they keep going. You're like, you nod your head. And then you like put your arms out the Diona and go, come on. And then she goes, boom! Your head goes back.
Yes! It's like, I'll keep coming back for more. Do you know what I mean? That's it. See, as long as you can.
That's a West Belfast thing.
That's it. It's
100%.
like, yeah. Do you know what? Do you know the one thing that I'm proud of that fight though? The only time I fell that it didn't stay on my feet was because I was dancing and messing about at the start. But she never put me on my arse. That's what I'm proud of. I'm like, she's not putting me on my bum. Do you know what I mean? I'm staying on my feet.
Well, somebody said
you're losing in points.
Somebody said to me the other day that they were at it. You know, and when it says when you fell, they thought you were doing like a bit.
People thought I was messing about.
Yeah.
No, legitimately did fucking fall. Like, but it was. Do you know what? I have to say, it really was the most fun I've ever had getting punched around the head. But I learned a lesson, like that. I thought it was going to be jokey, like that we weren't really going to hit each other.
Yeah. And
then she came in like a fucking dragon, punched the head of me. I was like, I didn't know this was real. Do you know what I mean? Okay. But yeah.
Listen, Diona is very competitive, so you were never ever like, do you know what I mean? You're up against somebody who was never going to not take that serious.
Yeah.
You know, and since women
fair play to her.
Like,
I was saying, I do think she should fight someone next year who really takes it serious, like Heather Anderson.
Put her in with Heller.
I think that they would genuinely have a good fight, though. I really do, because the girl that
Heller is something else. Heller is something else. She, like proper boxer, like and something else.
The girl that was wrapping our hands, you know, whenever I have to laugh, like getting your hands professionally wrapped to go in and get your head punched off, but she said. They were saying that Diona had the longest arms out of all the guys and the girl. She was like, fuck, you have some reach on her. So it kind of was like a scrappy-do moment. But I do think that Heather and Diona would be a really good match because Diona has
Heller,
Sean to spar with
Heller
as
could
well.
take her punches, you see, and then
Yeah.
Heller would get in close.
Yeah.
And when Heller hits you, Jesus Christ, it's like a steam drain. She hits like a truck.
She hit me
I've
in the
never
side
seen
of the
anything
head
like
before.
It, I swear to God.
She did. She hit me. We were sparring, like the one time that I showed up to like a sparring thing, and we were messing about, and she punched me in the side of the head, and my brain rattled. Do you know, like where you actually get that thing where you feel like your brain rattling against your skull, and that wasn't even at like full power. She was messing with me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was 50%. Yeah.
Yeah. So see if she tells you it's Wednesday on a Monday, it's fucking Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? You do as you're told. That's that kind of thing with her.
Aidan Lochran on the Patreon says, how much did Mickey pay you to go easy? Or how much did you pay Mickey to go easy on you?
Tell him to go and fuck himself. See cunts like that, I'd love to meet them in the street. I'll knock your bollocks in. Tell him that, whoever he is. Has he got a picture?
No.
Send it to me. Exactly. Typical cunt, no picture, no nothing.
Loads of people are saying congrats.
You know what I noticed this year? When I get in with Mickey, right? Compared to last year, when I was hitting Mickey, all I could hear was, ooh. So people could fucking hear the fucking hits.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was the one thing I noticed this year compared to Ronan's fight. When I was punching Mickey, everybody was going, ooh, like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people expected me to go in and do what I done in the first round. Do you know what I mean?
I think you should hold your head. You were really...
Absolutely.
One thing that I can't get over is, right, you and Mickey, it was a draw. And Jazz and Claire, it was a draw. And I'm like, why are the people who had draws so disappointed with themselves? Because I think that they were fucking brilliant fight. Like your fight against Mickey was one of the best fights. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, why are you feeling down about it? Like you should. Like,
if you see when they call the decision, I put my head down, and it was fair enough. The draw, I'm not disputing. Like I'm really not, because when you put it in the context, as somebody understands boxing, when a person comes on to you and they look like they're attacking, when it's being marked that way, I can understand why a draw was called. But I was disappointed myself, not anybody else. I was just disappointed that my hamstring went, because if it hadn't have, and I had done the second round, I don't think Mickey would have been able to. They would have stopped the fight. If I had been punching him the way I did in the first round, the second round, they'd have stopped it. And that's the thing. And I couldn't do that. So I was solely disappointed. In myself. I'm not going to go on here and say I got robbed or I got anything like that. It is what it is. The decision was called. And I think fair enough. But I'm disappointed in myself more than anybody.
Well, you shouldn't be. You did fucking you done brilliant. You really did. But you heard it here first. There's going to be a rematch next year. Absolutely. Like,
and it doesn't go past the second round.
Yeah, it's not going to go past the second round.
Listen, it doesn't even have to be in the Ulster Hall. We'll do it after Lavery's one night. You know what I mean?
Bare knuckle. Why don't we do that? Bare knuckle fighting.
What were the England fans like last night?
I had to walk away. I just couldn't listen to them. And then when they got the goal and all, I was just like, you know what? They're going to get a result here. I mean, I'm not dealing with. So when we went to the kids' disco, they weren't there. And then obviously they all started coming back from the bars and all the rest. And the kids' disco was on. And
Paddy chose the kids' disco.
The boxing there started again.
Never mind, you'll never walk alone. You'll always walk away.
There was one guy, and he was a prick, and he was fucking, in the middle of all the kids and all, fucking England. And I went, he stands in one of my kids, he's getting it. I don't care how many of them there is. He's getting it. And Andrew's like, just go to bed and hear me right. So we took the kids away. Because the worse they got, the drunk they got, they were going to get worse. So here's me no. And she was like, you plant one of them and you're going to have to put your back against that wall and just dig for Ireland.
I'd be like fucking... Did you see the videos of Uruguay last night?
No.
No, did you not see that?
No,
Friggin' in the Copa America, it's being played over in America at the minute. The semi-final was on, Uruguay and Colombia. And after the match, all the Colombia fans got in to the section where all the Uruguayan players' families were sitting.
Well, they were probably all on the Colombian marching powder,
and they were marching through that fucking family section, and there wasn't enough security and all. So there was fights starting and there was crushes and like kids were being lifted out of the stands and all. And the Uruguayan players went into the stand and started throwing digs at the freaking Colombian fans.
Get away.
Darwin Núñez and all, there's videos of him.
Why do I
going in.
always miss football whenever the good shit happens?
Because that's their family. So they were in the middle of it.
So they were like, fuck that, I'm going in.
Which he'll do, like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
They'll get bans for it. Loads of them players will get banned for doing that, but it's nothing anybody wouldn't do, like.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
your kids and your family's in there, you're in the middle of it, like.
Yeah.
No doubt, like.
Yeah. It's like one of those things you ever get. I'm one of them people, you could say whatever you want about me and it wouldn't cut me. But you see, if you say something about someone that I love or like my family member, I'm like, it's not fucking right. Do you know what I mean? Like, you really, fuck that shit.
Yeah, you should have pretended like the owner said something about one of the kids.
About your kid. She says that she was thinking of putting...
Like Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher.
What'd you say about my mama? Ma, you sound like a big choo-choo train.
Mama says...
Crocodiles ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush. But there's like this hooliganism whenever Ireland are playing. Do you remember whenever Ireland were in the Euros and like the French were writing articles about them because they were like, they're the best fans, they pick up their litter, they do this, they do that. And I was
do it right, bro. It was like, the Irish fans, they pick up the only there. They
are absolutely immersive. Yeah, but it was just like, I don't watch football, but I can get behind that like all day long, you know? And even Curtis was saying like, as you know, my husband's from England, God forgive me, but he can't stand that Brits abroad thing. Like, see if we're away and there's like a load of British ones that are, he's like, get them the fuck away from me. Like, there's this attitude sometimes. You know?
Be fair,
not all Brits.
No, and see, to be fair, there's been loads of reports similar to that, like, you know, like the way the Irish fans got it in 2016, that, you know, they've been well behaved for the most part.
I saw that the Dutch team, you know, the ones that were orange, the headline was like, Dutch team, Holland surrounds British fans, and I was like, oh, that's going to be a fight. And it was like, they played like Hey Jude, and like all the British fans were. So it's kind of like you have to romance the British fans to get them maybe not to be dicks to you. Do you know what I mean?
Just dangle kebabs in front of them.
Yeah.
Kebab.
Yeah. I watched that documentary about do you remember whenever they were in the Euros and they were all singing It's Coming Home, and they were the Italy versus England, and the way that they all rushed the gates at Wembley Stadium. There's a documentary about that on Netflix, and it is shocking. There was this guy there. He was Italian, but his wee daughter was raised in England, so she had English accent and all, and he was telling her, we're going to support Italy. You know, you're going to support Daddy's country home team. And it was her very first football match, and they were all excited getting up on the train. And he said, we had to get security to get us through because I was afraid that my daughter was going to get killed. Like, she was crying her eyes out and all, do you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be like that. It should be fun.
It should be safe to go and watch football. So I was bitten around the head as a wee kid at the football. Aye.
By your dad? By Paddy?
No. we went over to watch Celtic play Man United in Old Trafford. But we went with the Carrie Duff Man United supporters.
Fuck's sake.
Club. So we were in the United end. And I was maybe 8 or 9, and going into the stadium they were selling the mirror horns.
Oh yeah, the Fufuzellas.
Like not even before Fufuzellas.
Oh, just
like, and I remember going, Daddy gets one of them, and he's like, right, I'll only get you if Celtic score. Celtic against United. He was like, they're never going to score.
Ever the optimist. My fiver is safe.
Like 10 minutes in the match, Celtic score, and all of Old Trafford goes fucking
quiet,
dead quiet, and then I stood up and just went, and this fucking this woman behind me grabbed the air horn out of my freaking hand and started beating me round the head.
Fuck off.
Swear to God.
Oh no, see if I was there and you were my child, even you don't even have to be my child because you are, I'd have fucking hit her up the head with it. I'd put it directly to her ear.
Oh,
and
my
burst her
dad was
eardrum.
very close to doing that. Like,
Oh my
he had to
God.
be held back.
Just take the L, like.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? You gotta be a good sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're going to lose you soon, Patrick.
Right. Oh, right. So it's coming to the end, is it?
He's going on the missing.
This is
What's your
the,
plan today?
Plan today is go down and sit around the pool and be baked more,
Yeah.
and then
Get the
see what
sun.
happens later on. But it's not. Holidays are different for me now. You know, they're different. And before I cut out, I want to give a shout out to Brona Fireman, who has retired as principal of All Saints School and my old school, CBS, which is amalgamated in. Well, both of my old schools, St Rose's and CBS.
That's right.
She's retired a couple of weeks ago there, the 30th of June. That was Brona done. And I want to give a massive shout out to her. She was a teacher when I was younger, Mrs. Moore then. And then she married Jim Fireman, and she has just retired. So well done,
Brona. Thank you for your service.
Thank
you for your service. She deserves the biggest pension as well.
She's a big listener to the podcast. So I'll just have a T-shirt for you, a Paddy the Dagger T-shirt. So
well done, Brona, and she's a Brona.
That's it.
So I mean, like she can handle it. She'll be grand. Yeah, I'm sure she can't fucking wait to retire.
100%.
Here, she's done brilliant.
Just cut out. Will it just cut out?
Yeah, I'll cut out in a minute.
In 1 minute. Have you anything else to say before you go, Paddy? Any final comments?
No, everybody. Have a safe 11th night and 12th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Hope the marching season's safe for everyone.
Yeah.
And if you're Catholic, just stay away.
Yeah, stay safe, stay indoors, make sure you know where your children are. Love you, Paddy. Well,
thanks for joining in.
Enjoy your holiday. Bye.
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 Oh, it's 11:11. Angel time.
11:11 on the 11th.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
So somebody do the lottery for me right now, right this second.
It's so the 11th night, or as Catholics like to call it, the Purge.
The Purge. Oh fuck, it really is. Do you know
so that's like?
That's what it reminds me of, though.
Yeah.
Like the Purge, because it's like lock up your doors. Yeah. All crime is legal.
Have you been like? I'm sort of still a wee bit like it now, but not so much. But when we were younger, like it was like you don't go out anywhere on the 11th or the 12th.
Yeah.
So you stock up for those 2 days.
To be honest, most people, if you wanted to, you could have just robbed all. If we had anything to rob, you could have burgled every house in West Belfast because everybody was in Donegal.
That's it, yeah.
Like that's the way.
If there was any smart cat burglars in Belfast, you would have went to the West.
Yeah,
during the 11th
all
and
you would have been able to steal is maybe a box of Sonny Jim fire lighters and a big box square TV that you couldn't have carried out the fucking doors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all there was. But we were on our way to Donegal before years ago, and this actually brought a memory up for me because a friend of mine sent me a video. And it's these Americans in this car, and they've got all their wee, like, they're in Ireland, so naively up here.
I think I saw
And they said, oh, look, we're in Ireland on our way to, like, a road trip, and we get stuck in the middle of an Irish parade. Isn't this great? And there's all these orange men marching past, and they're clapping with their wee green, white, and orange wristbands on. And it cuts to somebody saying, like, who's going to tell them? Do you know what I mean? But that legitimately happened to us on the way up to Donegal before. My granny Vera was in the car and we were on our way to Donegal, but it just so happened that we get stuck in the middle of an orange parade and we didn't know. I think we thought we were taking a shortcut. And the cops come over and they started like telling us off, like telling my stepdad, my mom off and going, you shouldn't have come up here. This is all blacked off. And Vera was a lady. I mean, I had never heard her swear before. And all of a sudden, she had a mouth on her, like the proverbial soldier that she was talking to. She went, do you think we want to be here? We're here to get away from all these fucking bastards. And now we're stuck in the fucking middle of you. Get us the fuck out. And we were just looking at her like, Granny, shush, you're going to get us murdered. But yeah, we used to go to Donegal or do whatever else. But I kind of love it now. I've always wanted to go to an 11th night bonfire.
Have you ever went up the Cave Hill
No.
on the 11th night?
Oh, to watch all the fires. Yeah. I've seen loads of photographs. I've never actually.
Sounds
done
like
it.
a good idea, doesn't it?
It does sound like a good
It's
idea.
not a good idea.
Is it not?
Today's the 5th anniversary of the worst day of my life.
Okay, you've got my interest. Tell all.
So, in my last job, we used to have a lot of people coming over to work here internationally. So, like, it would be like students, volunteers, and like doing wee placements and stuff.
They're all doing peace and conflict studies.
Yeah.
And they all want to come here and talk
Yeah,
about
so they've a choice between here, the Balkans, and fucking Colombia.
and they come here.
They come here, or Nicaragua or something.
Yeah.
Or Peru.
In fairness, it's probably easier to get coke here than it is in Colombia, but sure.
Yeah. It's just not exactly coke.
Yeah, it might be crushed up paracetamol.
But a lot of them choose to come here because it's English speaking, and so it's like a lot easier for them.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Want to take it?
No, I don't want to take it. I'm gonna turn this on airplane mode. So you can cut this. It was my dad.
So I rang my dad.
So it rang my dad.
One year we were sitting and we had loads of these international like students in, and they'd been here for a couple of weeks, and they had been reading and like watching videos about the 12th and St. Patrick's Day and all like the division and stuff like that, but they'd been doing it all just from like an office building. You know what I mean?
Safe space.
So we said to our manager, can we take them out and like show them what it's like? And they were like, yeah, go ahead. So on the 11th, we drove around and just from afar, like showed them like bonfires and like peace walls and done a wee tour.
Give them a permanent marker, let them sign their name on the peace
Aye.
wall. That kind of stuff. Nice things.
And then
graffiti.
Fella from my work was like, here, know what we should do? We should bring them up the Cave Hill. Have you ever done it? I went, no, I've never went up, but it's meant to be lovely seeing it all.
Yeah. Seeing all the destruction from afar.
Aye. And he says, why don't we bring Emmons up? And I says, I did almost sure what way we'll do it. And he says, well, if I live not too far away, if you want to come up to my house, we can
That sounds like the start of a bad horror film. I'm sorry.
We can start there and we'll just, two of us will drive up the Cave Hill and bring everybody up. And I was like, dead on. No sweat. So we were agreed, the two of us were going to drive people up. But I got there and he was drinking. And all them students were.
Never trust an Irishman to stay sober.
And there was more there than we had invited.
Right.
And then there was this expectation of like, right, well, like we're here, we want to go up now. Yeah. And me being so nice, I didn't just go, well, I'm not, I've only the one car. Yeah. And like you said you'd drive. I didn't say that.
Did he say he would drive, but he showed up blocked?
Yeah.
No, I said we're all gonna go up Cave Hill. I never fucking said I was taking nobody.
So I turn up and he's had a few drinks, and I go, well, he's not gonna be able to drive. And all these students were there, and they were like expecting to go up, and he's like, sure, we'll just walk up. Do you want a beer? And I was going, no. And then
I'm working.
I was like, well, sure, well, and like all the students were drinking as well, and I was going like, right, fuck, I'll run yous up. Yeah. Then I'll come back and get the rest of yous.
Is it like a clown car where about 50 million people were trying to squish in?
So we're squeezing everybody in. And we started driving up, and like this was 5 minutes away from Cave Hill. No, like the car park.
Yeah.
But it took us an hour. Because I don't know why it was just this year and everybody took a wee fucking notion to go up there. But it was bedlam in terms of traffic because people had parked the whole way up. So like there was people needing to it was reduced down to one lane, so it was basically like one way, but there was two-way traffic and there was fucking lorries trying to get up and down. So what should have been less than a 5-minute drive was like an hour just to get up there.
It sounds like outside my kids' school in the mornings.
Oh God. Then going back, the other ones were like, what took you?
Are you serious?
I was
And
like,
you're going, I fucking
fuck
want
up.
to pull my heart. Walk up. They could have all walked
So
up.
I started running them up and left them at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
And then they were like, right, you coming? And I was going, so I'm gonna have to park the car away, like a mile away, and then walk up.
You walk up yourself.
And then it's like, I'm gonna have to walk up a mountain. I was like, nah, you know what? Just leave it. I'll come back for you later.
Oh, fuck.
So I didn't even get to do it.
You just drove them.
So I just drove, was a chauffeur for them to get there. And then the same thing, picking them up later. But
did you actually come and pick them? See, that's where we differ. I'd have went, fuck.
I know, I should have.
They're blocked now. They won't even remember that I didn't pick them up.
But not only that, at the same time, my mate was having like a fucking breakdown in a bar over west.
Okay.
And he was going through like a breakup and all with it. Like his girl, he's going, John, you can't get me. And like,
It sounds like, do you ever see that scene in Goodfellas where he's like, so I had to get back to the house, stir the pasta sauce. Then I was driving, I'm looking at the fucking helicopter. My mate's having a breakdown. These people are trying to get up Cave Hill. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
So I had to drive over, pick him up, and sit and talk to him while I'm sitting seething.
Yeah.
You know, because all that's just happened.
Yeah.
And he's going like, I don't know what the fucking do. Like,
I just want her back, fake pure shape.
Do you run me over to her house?
Are you sure you want to make this decision?
I was like, don't be doing. He's going, please. I ran him over to your house, dropped him off. Then he rang me 2 minutes later and was like, here, pick me up. She told me to fuck.
Here, you want to go up Cave Hill and throw yourself off?
So I pick him up and he's like, I'm starving. And he was blocked as well because he was in the films fucking before it. And I think, well, I'm gonna go get a pizza. So we're sitting eating this pizza. I'm raging. S is in between me having to pick these ones up at Cave Hill again.
See, them eating the pizza like fuck.
So I have him in the car and they go, we're ready to go now. So in the middle of it, I have to go pick these students up with him in the car, blocked, crying.
Did you have a good night? My girl left my... Oh my God.
And he's going he's like, one of them, he's going you get us one of your wee tins there. I was going, don't be taking their drink.
They're tourists. Fuck off, take their fucking... If you want the authentic experience, here's an Irishman crying because his girl left him. Eating a pizza. Begging drink.
And I was going, don't be taking that drink. I was like, don't be giving him any of it. They were saying that. And they were going, and I could see him in the wee, the mirror going.
Like he's in the back of a fucking taxi, do you know?
Oh, so, and that, there was so much more. That's it, not even the start of everything. But that was the worst night of my life.
Was your Fitbit going thinking you were having a heart attack? You know, beep, 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 see a doctor.
Honestly.
Can I just say on behalf of everybody who's just listened to that story that we fucking love you,
Thank
Sean is your go-to man, in terms of...
I'm nothing but dependable.
He's nothing but dependable, yeah. You can't say you're not dependable, but at the same time, you need to learn how to say
no. I do.
Yeah, set boundaries, fuck off. You basically facilitated their night out. You can say you could have got funding for that.
I could have.
That was proper cross.
It was a retreat.
It was a retreat for fucking nobody.
I wish I had a retreat.
Yeah, retreat.
Oh God. I don't know what time we're on there, but I feel like we've
done it.
We've sorted it.
We have done it.
Thank you very much for coming on the Mudblood podcast.
Any day, anytime. Well, as long as it's convenient. But yes, I do love coming on the Mudblood podcast because the fans are great. The people that watch us are great. And if you do watch this and you want another wee podcast, come and watch Word Up on my channel, which you can find through Sean because he produces mine too.
Yep.
And
every Saturday, 6 o'clock.
Every Saturday, 6 o'clock. It'll probably all be dying if there's anybody. I think that we're doing it sort of the way, the way unionist people do secretly celebrate St. Paddy's Day. And they like to call it St. Pat's though, so it doesn't sound as convenient.
Aye.
But they'll have a wee drink for us. Do you know what I mean? And we typically get blocked in order to assuage our nerves.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to all my Catholic mates out there.
Friends. Happy Mother's Day to all the pupils in St. Louisa's. But yes, so everybody probably be lying down on the Saturday and go watch Word Up and enjoy yourselves. You might learn something new, or maybe not. But either way, thank you, and tell your wee granny I was asking about her.
Sunny evening, I'm not drunk, I'm just tired from working to the bone.